Like I said, the next thing is credit cards. If you have more than 2 or 3 credit cards, try to eliminate some of them. If you have 5 or 6 credit cards, all you need is 2 or 3. If you have credit cards with very high interest rates and you might have another card with a lower interest rate, try to transfer as much of your balance as you can. The 2 lowest rate cards that you have. Close out those high interest rates cards. You want to get rid of those first. If your balances are too high, what you might want to do is negotiate a lower interest rate with your credit card company. And try to pay those down, transfer those balances out. There's different strategies you can use, which you can always negotiate with your credit card company. The main goal is to have only 2 or 3 credit cards with the lowest interest rates you could probably get. If you have low credit or poor credit, you might not be able to get a good rate on your card. So it's a good way to start out as far as managing your credit card debt. If you have high credit card balances, as far as like $10,000 or more, you might want to seek some expert advice as for with like a credit counseling agency or whatever, and because that's a lot of money to try to pay down with interest and all that. So, and like I said, if you do not have a credit card, it's a good idea to get one. Having a credit card is like one of the fastest ways to build your credit, and it's actually, like I said, I don't recommend always using a credit card, but just use it periodically. Once or twice a month, try to pay out the balance. Bam. Like I said, it's a good idea to have a credit card. You don't want to pay finance charges, so you want to pay that within a couple weeks. Once you get that balance up, you want to kind of pay that down. I know a lot of people without credit or poor credit have a tough time getting a credit card. A good way to get a credit card, you can search for poor credit or no credit offers. Another way is to get a secured credit card. When you give a bank cash to open you a credit line, and they'll hold that cash for you. And it's a good way to have a credit card. I mean, you give up a little money at first, but you don't lose it. I mean, once you close the credit card out, you can get that money back. Once you establish some credit, you can get that back. Always pay more than a minimum payment on your credit card. And I would pay at least 3 times the amount of your minimum payment. If your minimum payment is $15, I would pay at least $45. I know finances are tight sometimes, but at least 3 times the amount, because those finance charges every month, you're paying finance charges on top of finance charge. Like I say, if you're just paying a minimum, you'll never get those balances down. Another little tip: never go to the ATM and get cash on a credit card. Usually those interest charges are applied instantly, and it's usually at a higher rate than your charge purchases. So you might, if you take out $200, they might charge $50, just to take out $200. To me, it's not